If you had invested your $1,600 stimulus check into Dogecoin, today it would be worth $320,000. Are you fucking kidding me? We've got Reddit idiots running the fucking stock market now. There's multiple ways to be a millionaire now. OnlyFans created 300 new millionaires last year. Dogecoin, and also whoever marries Mrs. Gates. This is highly inappropriate. Let's fucking go as soon as I find the music. All right, let's go. Maybe. Yes.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to Highly Inappropriate.
I don't think she's going to be expecting something big, do you?
What, like anal?
Whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Highly Inappropriate.
All right, so let me get this straight. So I'm going to pay for a blowjob and I got to pay for a goddamn hotel room too? Well, that just seems like I'm spending too much money for nothing. I got a house. You can just get your ass over here and I can just do the blowjob here.
Highly Inappropriate.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
They can kiss my fat vagina, because I'm bringing the motherfucking pain.
Sorry, guys, for starting late. I apologize. I have literally been running like a chicken with its fucking head cut off since 6 a.m. Took my daughter to school, went straight into work, went to the gym right after work, went and met with a couple about DJing their wedding in September, had to drive home. And I tell you what, a few notes here. One, I will never take the back roads to Greenfield, Indiana again, because they just started putting in roundabouts all over the south side of Indy. And people in Indiana have no fucking idea how to use a roundabout. It's so frustrating. I'm like, I don't know how, like, one, how you've got this far in life without knowing the difference between yield and stop. And two, how'd you ever get a fucking license without knowing what yield means? Like, if there's nobody coming to your left, that means go, motherfucker. That means don't stop your car. You don't have to stop at all. You don't even have to slow down. Just fucking look and nobody's coming. Make sure, just enough speed to get around that circle in a fast motion. I don't know if it's got you get it. Then, of course, on the way back home, so I was 20 minutes late to my meeting. Then, of course, on the way back home, it's raining. So you know what that means in Indiana. If it's raining in Indiana and the speed limit is 55, that means most people normally go 50. They're going to go 40 miles per hour today. So I'm sure. So I don't know if any of you guys got State Farm insurance. I've got the save while you drive thing. I'm sure I just probably got a fucking 0 score because I drove about 80 every chance I could get back to you guys. So welcome to Highly Inappropriate. We got a bunch of people here on the live feed. Thanks for joining us. Dan Adams, Matt Martz. Got a couple people in here. Thank you guys so much. Rock and roll. What's up, fellas? You ready to fucking rock and roll or what?
Yeah, let's do this thing, dude. Sorry, we went kind of quick. I'm sitting here sharing this thing to Twitter.
Dunk hasn't done his coke bump yet, so cocaine. So he's a little he hasn't perked up. Beaver, you're as perky as can be. I'm gonna guess your cats at least touched their sandpaper tongues to your asshole at one point today. Yes or no?
Just my tits are looking perky is all it is.
Tits are perky. Excellent. I'm happy to finally be back doing a normal show. So we did a draft kind of special last week. We're not going to post that on the feed because it was kind of just us bullshitting. I mean, not really, nothing really was covered. I mean, if you want to watch the show, it's in our feed on our Facebook. That's at Highly Inappropriate Entertainment or HI Entertainment if you want to search us on Facebook. If you want to go back and watch the show, it's just a recap of the draft and we just talk shit to each other pretty much. So a normal episode.
But it's like the first 10 picks, I want to say, is all we went.
Yeah, we just won the first picks, a little over an hour. So pretty interesting, had fun. But glad to be back with you guys on a regular schedule on a regular Thursday. But we've got an exciting fucking week. And I feel like I just want to jump right in before I go around the horn because we have maybe the biggest tranny update of Highly Inappropriate. And that is that Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor of California. Really? And what's
Nice.
tremendous is like she might be the only transsexual that is right winger. I mean, she's all about the border wall. You know, is she still considered a she? I don't know. It's not important here. I don't care. But Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor. So let's pull up this fucking story. This is incredible. I mean, like, and you know what? She'll probably win because it's California. Beaver, you could probably, I'm pretty sure Beaver could probably surgically attach my dick to his forehead and become governor of California just because, hey, bub, you know, just because you're standing up for what you believe in and just because you're unique, you know, God bless your fucking soul. But
Goals.
God bless you, Beaver.
God
Goals
bless
right
you,
there.
Beaver. Goals, Beaver. You know, wait till I die first because I might need this dick in case I want to create more kids or whatever. But in a Wednesday
Just in
interview,
case you do. Just in case you do.
just in
yes.
case I want to create another kid, you know. So, all right, to Caitlyn Jenner's hour-long interview Wednesday with Fox News host Sean Hannity. So, of course, you know she's running as a Republican and she's going to be on Sean Hannity's show. Was predictable. Of course, the California gubernatorial, I cannot say that word, candidate whose main credential for running is a famous name talking to a conservative host. Okay, so this is a very left-wing slanted article. But yeah, so Caitlyn, of course, a Republican trans woman known for winning the Olympic decathlon championship and being a fixture in the Kardashian reality TV empire, is an early candidate in an expected gubernatorial recall election. I'm interested to see who she, he, whatever it is running against. It's going to be very interesting. Says here she's very pro-conservative.
She ain't gonna win then. Not in Cali.
Hey, you'd be surprised.
Cali.
People are fleeing California right now. Like it's a fucking pandemic. I'm like, they have another pandemic going on in California. Like,
Yeah, the conservative people are fleeing, but still gonna leave a lot of those liberals there, man.
yeah, is your mic on there?
Yeah, something's wrong with their mic.
Is that no? Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
Little better, a little
Say
better.
that again there, Josh. Go ahead, Bob.
I was just enjoying Matt
little
reading
technical.
that whole entire thing right there. I was enjoying him reading it.
Yeah, I'm sure I pissed off every transsexual that's ever listened to our show. So our 3 transsexual listeners, I apologize. But yes,
He won a decathlon. That's what he did.
decathlon. I mean,
Yep.
And then later on, he won a dick cut off a slong.
So,
Better reach.
Yeah, that's a little reach, man.
yeah, well, Caitlyn made the news today, this week, mainly because she came out and said that biological boys who are in trans competing girls' sports in school don't need to be, essentially. And everybody knows that. There's actually a fighter named Fallon Fox. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but big controversy because, it was chromosomally. She's a dude. She was born a dude. She's now a female, and she's getting in there in the cage and beating the fuck out of females. So I think maybe Elliot Beaver does have a career in MMA, correct?
That might be an opportunity.
Beaver, we should get Beaver a sex change and make him fight in MMA. How fucking tremendous would that be?
He would get smoked.
Fucking destroyed.
Just get destroyed. I want to see Beaver get his ass kicked by a chick. I gotta find like the baddest chick I know as far as kickboxing goes, and we should have him fight either Duncan or Beaver in a boxing match or something. We'll figure it out. I think
Definitely Duncan, or not. Definitely Beaver. Beaver for sure.
Duncan, you think you can take a chick?
I don't think I'd want to hit him. You know.
I mean, if they say they're a dude, I'm not holding any punches back. You know.
But I mean, if you got, I'm talking the random kickboxer.
Equal rights, equal fights, motherfucker.
Why don't the guy turn woman MMA like fight Nunez?
Yeah, right. Nunez would beat half the fucking male UFC champions. We are going to get into UFC 261 a little bit because it was electric. One of the best fight cards I've seen. I know we've been a little light on sports lately, but there's a lot going on in the news, especially here with the local Pacers team. But before I get into everything that's going on, what's up with you motherfuckers? We got Beaver in the house, Josh in the house, and Duncan. Duncan, what's new, buddy? It's been a minute since we've had a real show.
Not too much, man. My got a new truck, dude. Traded in the Civic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got me a little SUV, a little CRV. You know, kept it. Yeah. I like Honda for some reason, so I bought
a little family mobile, huh?
Nice.
But my mother-in-law's dog bit me.
You fucking
Go ahead.
You stole my thunder, dude. I was getting ready to say, here's what's new with me. I'm out mowing my yard this weekend. Dunk's over here mowing his yard, so we're having a little mow off. And I'm up by his fence mowing, and his dog's trying to eat my lawnmower wheel, and I look over at him, and I'm watching the dog, and out of the corner, I see Duncan fucking jump. The dog's over there fucking biting him, and then he just fucking storms across the yard, fucking chasing it.
So where the dog bite you? Your hand?
In the back of my leg, dude. Right in the back of my my calf. And boy, I came unglued. I ain't been that mad in a long time.
Dude, he was fucking furious.
Have you guys ever? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like I top of my lungs saying, "Get this fucking dog and get it out of my fucking house before I fucking kill it."
Yeah, I heard him. I shut my mower off, and
you didn't even have to shut the mower off.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's great.
hot, dude.
I mean,
Pretty
great.
hot.
That's the most action Carthage has seen since the meth bust like 2 days ago. So that's great, man. That's awesome. What kind of dog is it?
I don't even know. You got a little medium size.
It's not very big. It's probably like a 40-pound dog. Just a little
Demon Sharpei.
Pointed ear, black and white.
Like not really like Jack Russell, but like bigger than that. Like I don't even know what it.
Oh, Jack Russell's a little cocksucker.
It hates Duncan.
Hates me, dude.
I don't think it likes me either. Every time I'm outside, it's after me.
Who lives in Duncan's house actually likes him? Let's see. We'll take a poll this week on the show. Have you guys ever had lawn hornets? You guys know what those are?
Like that sting you hornets?
Dude, they're like bumblebees that live in the fucking ground. So like we get them sometimes in the yard. I'm tell you what, like if you think getting bit while you're mowing by a dog is bad, one day I'm push mowing the lawnmower in the backyard, and I pissed these guys off because apparently I run the lawnmower over one of their little burrow holes or whatever, and these bastards start attacking me. And I'll never forget, because one of my neighbors across the street, she was actually one of our admins at school. Her name's Mrs. Fish. She's probably in her 70s now. And I literally screamed so loud, I flipped the lawnmower. I literally just took the lawnmower and flipped it over, started cussing up a storm, screaming, hopping on one leg. They hurt like a motherfucker. I mean, like, I don't know if you've ever been stung by a wasp, but it's like an equivalent to that. It fucking hurts. And they bit me, or they stung me probably 5 or 6 times. And I was pissed. I told my mom I'm never mowing the fucking yard again.
I get the like with our deck on the back, I get them fucking wood ones, dude. Like wood fucking hornet bullshit.
Tell him what he has those ground hornets, but tell him what we got, man. Fucking snakes.
Meth hornets.
You guys got snakes?
Snakes.
Oh, I bet when I mow, I bet I see 4 fucking snakes.
Yep.
In my backyard.
Carthage just little snakes in the grass there in Carthage. I can't.
Snakes everywhere.
When the grass is cut, the snakes will show. You know what I mean?
Snakes and meth heads, Carthage, Indiana.
It's just snakes wanting some meth.
But mine are bad. Josh's, I guarantee, are worse.
Oh yeah.
Megan was messing around our deck like in the flower bed, and I mean, she swears it was a 4-footer, dude.
Yeah, dude. There was like a black snake back out back, and my boy found it. He wanted to pick it up and grab it and play with it. And I'm like, dude, that thing's like fucking 5 foot long. Fuck that. Get away.
Yeah, dude. She said she went to fuck with one of the flowers and could just see the tail sticking out, like 2 feet of a tail. And the rest of it was wrapped around in like this fucking plant.
Motherfucking anaconda back here, dude.
I'm telling you, dude, snakes, dude. We got snakes, man.
I like my
dump. Fucking goddamn jungle over here, dude.
You gotta watch out for them streets in Carthage, man. It's rough. Fucking snakes are in the grass.
I'm embarrassed to say, like, I will chase tornadoes, but I hate snakes. Want nothing to do with them.
I mean, fuck a snake.
It's the creepiest things ever, man.
Chill down my spine when I'm mowing, and I see even a little one fucking squill.
Dude, I was mowing my side yard last year, and I ran over this one little spot, and there's probably 60 of them that come out of a nest.
Oh, fuck
dude,
that.
No, I ain't never seen so many, dude. They just
I would go right inside. I'd grab a shotgun. I'd kill every single one of those motherfuckers with like 6 black. I'd just be railing on them. I'd make sure they were dead. I mean, yeah. Oh, God, I hate them. Hate snakes.
I guarantee that there's a monster in my crawl space.
Probably.
I would almost guarantee it. That in my crawl space, there's a fucking.
Oh, did you move your mother-in-law down there? That's awesome. No, my dad just commented, dad's in the live feed. He goes, I got bit by an Asian woman once. So
Nice.
hey, I don't know if you're a mowing dad or maybe you're getting a happy ending. I don't know what that's about, but typically you got to pay extra for them to bite you. So
Tried to tell you that the orange chicken wasn't done. He just didn't want to listen.
yeah, I told dad to quit trying to talk Chinese. He's insulting these motherfuckers. Like, come on now. By the way, speaking of being pissed off, like for some, I cannot turn the closed captions on my phone off, and like it's really pissing me off. I don't, you know,
I got mine. I figured out mine. It's pretty simple.
Real pretty simple. I don't like how my phone's like talking shit back to me. Look, you know,
3 dots. Hit the 3 dots.
3 dots. I don't even
top right.
Top right.
Tap the screen and then the 3 dots.
Look at you,
Surprised Dunk even knows how to count to 3.
I'm
pop them
surprised.
3 dots and then go down and it'll say like turn on captions.
Turn on
Just fucking snap that motherfucker. Hit it once. Do a little tappy tap.
Just something went wrong. Turn off captions. Oh, bless.
Dude. Give it a little tappy tap, dude.
Give a little tapperoo. Oh man, what a great day, Beaver. What's new in your neighborhood, buddy?
Just learned that Dunk knew how to count to 3.
Yeah, dude. Duh.
I tell you what, when you watch Snowfall, you got to learn. There's a lot of money counting in them dope shows, bud.
Yeah, keys. Like I can count my keys and my money. It's duh, dude.
It's the greatest show of all
How many
time.
bullets are in my gun?
Did anybody do anything for Cinco de Mayo?
I forgot it was even Cinco de Mayo. I'm pretty sure it's canceled now. It's racist.
Yeah, it is racist.
We're not allowed to do that anymore.
It's like National Mexican Heritage Day, like tear down the wall day.
Probably. I wouldn't have pizza.
You wouldn't have pizza.
I wouldn't have pizza. Fuck it. I knew the pizza place wasn't going to be busy. So
I had pizza yesterday too.
Beaver pizza every day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Beaver, shut the fuck up.
Beaver's eating pizza or chicken fingers.
Not true. I had Chick-fil-A the day before that.
I think
chicken or pizza.
Chicken or pizza.
Yep. My favorite thing that happened to me last week is, so I went to Beaver's to watch the draft, and you know, Beaver orders pizza, of course, and I go. I can't remember if I was getting ice or maybe the alcohol to Beaver's freezer, and I open Beaver's freezer. You know, like a normal household freezer, you'll typically see anywhere from 10 to 15 different items in there, you know, whether it be chicken nuggets, ice cream, etc. Beaver's got like 10 frozen pizzas stacked up. That's all that's in there.
Yeah. Actually, there's that, there's chicken, there's Uncrustables, and I think that's it.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie though. When before, like I married Megan and we like moved in, lived together and stuff. When I lived with my old roommates, like there was like 3 of us dudes. And every day it was 2 Totino's pizzas, like a strawberry milk, and our chicken pot pies.
Fucking,
dude.
that's all we had too.
Every single night.
Frozen fucking pizzas or hamburger helper.
I ate so many chicken pot pies, dude. Unbelievable amounts.
Chicken pot pies are fire if you make them right.
Oh, it's so good with a little cottage cheese on the side.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Beaver. You got to expand your palate a little bit because there's so many things you can freeze. Like you could even be a horrible cook. Like I'm not, you know, like I used to cook at Jim Dandy's. I'm just not patient enough to cook. Like I'm an instant satisfaction. Yeah, I used to cook at Jim Dandy's there in Greenfield. That was the first job I ever had, by the way. I worked there for 2 years.
Guarantee that you fired up a meal for my grandma and grandpa because they fucking lived in that son of a
I hope your grandma. I will say that the worst thing I've ever done as a human, and I can't believe I'm going to tell the story here on the show, but I am going to. So we had this old lady that used to come in there damn near every fucking day. And I only worked summer day shift as a cook during the summer, you know, of course, summer, because I was out of school, etc. And we had this old lady used to come in there, and she liked her chicken just a certain way. And I barely, you know, I typically, when I work with somebody else, I would let this, the senior cook on the grill, and I would do the prep stuff and all that other fun shit, you know? So this particular day I was on the grill, and this old lady liked her chicken. It had to be fucking perfect, like just the perfect amount of moisture. So I cooked this lady her chicken, and the perfect piece of chicken, by the way. You know, I've cooked thousands of pieces of chicken, blah, blah, blah. Perfect piece of chicken. I sent it out on the plate. Not good enough. She sends it back. You know, normal thing, you know, to get a food back maybe once. And, you know, it happens. It's not a big deal. So I was not frustrated at this point. So she's like, you know, it's not done all the way. You know, she doesn't like it. It's whatever. So I was like, I throw it back on the grill for a couple minutes. I'm like, okay, send it back out. Get sent back. Still not good. throw it back on the grill. I'm like, okay, you know, flip it one more time, leave it on there a minute, blah, blah, blah. Send it back out a third time. It comes back a third time. This time it's too done. It's too dry. I'm like, this fucking bitch. So at this point, I'd had enough. Like, I don't know if you've ever worked in a restaurant. I don't know how sanitary this is. I mean, she lived through it, so I guess it wasn't
So
too
you cut
bad.
off it's because you cut off some of your pubes and you.
No, I would
would
not do anything like that. No, absolutely not. That's a little too far. But if you've ever worked a grill at a restaurant, they always have kind of like the old grease bucket, you know, like you scrape off the grill, the old grease bucket, etc. I was like, okay, it's a little too dry. I took the piece of chicken, I dipped it in the old grease bucket, I threw it on the grill, flipped it twice, sent it out there. And lo and behold, that bitch ate that piece of chicken and loved it.
Little grease, dude.
A little
Man,
grease.
it's got a little flavor.
A little grease. So, yeah, I just remembered that every time she came in. So, by the way, if you ate at Jim Dandy's, I did not make that a habit, but I did that. I did that one time. I'm not real proud of it, but I'd had enough. You know, you send your food back 3 times, you're going to get spit in it. You're lucky I didn't spit on a food. Because I've seen worse things happen. Like the things I seen at a restaurant, I mean, it wasn't too horrible. Like, you know, no pube shit. It wasn't like a Road Trip where the guy was throwing French toast in his underwear, shit like that. But, you know, I've seen people do the 3-second rule with shit, you know, like you're like, well, I'm like, whoa, hey, you're sending that out there, not me. Okay. You'd be surprised. It makes you second guess where you order your food. But, yeah, great restaurant. Closed down, I heard. Jim Danny's in Greenfield. That's sad. You know, pandemic claimed Jim Danny's. I don't think it's permanent closed. We were talking about the other day. But, yeah, it is closed for the time being. Sucks to see.
Found out people were putting grease on the chicken.
Yeah, they found out some old bitch died from some dirty grease.
Chicken.
Yeah, lo and behold, I can't wait to get papers in the mail. We're gonna find out about this shit. But yeah, other than that, Cinco de Mayo, I had tacos. I guess that's celebrating. I had my daughter, so I couldn't drink, of course. But life's been good. DJing full time every Saturday. It's been fucking crazy. Life's busy. Today's busy. Literally, I'm gonna do the podcast. I probably won't get the show posted till like 10:30, and I'll go to sleep at 11. And I will literally work from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. So, what a day, guys! Welcome to my life. But tomorrow, I am done working at noon. So I took PTO tomorrow. So it's all gonna work out.
Happy for you.
Good job, man. Proud of you.
Unfortunately, we do not have Juice today, so we can't have Juice's review. So next week we're gonna have a special edition of Juice's review. He's gonna talk about his wife's vagina because apparently he's finally gonna get some sex tonight. So congratulations to Juice. Let's give it up to Juice.
Congratulations, Juice.
Good job, buddy. Congratulations.
Power through that semester. Good job, Juice.
Power to the semester. Yeah, that's the main thing. So, Juice, I don't. Did he graduate or just pass the class? You know, like
just got through the semester. I think.
Which is hilarious.
It's all A's or something. 2 A's.
Couple A pluses.
This reminds me of being friends with people like Duncan in high school, and you're just happy they passed the class. You know, like you're gonna get to graduate, Buck. Congratulations. You know,
A pluses. It's like he took his report card to his wife, and his wife was like, you know, you get all A's.
Dude, he earned.
I'll fucking blow.
I hope
some D's.
I hope she still.
Give you A's, get blowskis.
Hey man, he earned a vagina tonight, man. Hard work.
They've been married for a while. He ain't getting a blowski. He's got to buy her a Corvette to get a blowjob. Let's be honest here. Come on now. So we're gonna have a special edition of Juice's review next week. But I did watch something very interesting on Netflix this week. Have you guys watched The Vanishing at Hotel Cecil? By the way, on Netflix.
I have not.
Yes.
Watching too much snowfall.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
fucking.
Lots of snow.
Yeah, I watched it.
It's electric, dude. Like the ending's a little disappointing because it's not what I expected. Like I thought there would be a conspiracy, and not to ruin the whole fucking show for you guys, but check that out. It's pretty cool. Makes me want to visit the place. Like a little backstory in this hotel. It was super popular in the early 1900s, essentially back when LA wasn't a complete crapshoot and homeless fucking vacation center. It's right in the middle of Skid Row, which if you've never been to LA or been through Skid Row, it's literally like a homeless. If you've ever been to like a KOA, it's literally like a campground for the homeless people, and it's right in the middle of it. And of course, LA is a huge travel hub, so you just get the best of the best people in here. So they say there's like the manager at the hotel said she's in like 5 years of managing the place has seen like 80 murder. I mean, just 80 people die in the place, which is like a ridiculous number. And the whole moral of the story is some young female disappears at the hotel, like literally without a trace, and they can't figure it out. And there's very little evidence, but I would check that out for sure, especially if you're into crime shows or just like scary shows in general. Definitely check that out.
So it's real? It's like based on a real...
Yeah, it's a real story.
Like a doc or whatever?
It's like a documentary, yeah, man. I mean, it ain't going to ruin nothing, Matt, but...
What's it called again?
She disappeared. Hotel Cecil. But she disappears, and they say it like pretty early on in the episode too. Shows what happened to her, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of building, like we'll say how we found her, and then they just kind of build on it. But they find her. Somebody killed her and dumped her somewhere in the hotel.
Wow, dude.
Yeah,
it's when you find out where they dumped her and like all the people that were staying. It's fucking disgusting.
Oh,
it'd be terrible. Could you imagine? Oh man.
I do want to bring up this one point. So they dumped her in the water tank, and like people were complaining, like the way they found her, because they were looking for her for 19 days. The way they found her is people were complaining about the water being nasty. And it's because there's a fucking dead body in it. Like, oh God, could you imagine? I would probably off myself. That would probably haunt me for the rest of my life.
There was a couple they talked to, and they were talking about like brushing their teeth and how it tasted funny, and the water was like discolored.
Oh God, that would ruin me. I have the weakest stomach ever. Like if I hear somebody just like gag, I'm ready to start puking myself. If I found out I was brushing my teeth with ass water from a dead woman, I would just, oh God.
No shit. Hey, there is a bonus. If you have Discovery Plus, Matt, they have Ghost Adventures does like a 2 or 3 hour thing there too.
Oh, I think I did see that. It was advertised. I got to watch that.
It's really good. It's probably better than the Netflix one.
So next time I go to LA, that's a hotel. It's got new owners and they've like fixed it up, but I'm definitely going to go stop by that place right in the middle of Homeless Alley. I'll probably
stay there.
Dude, fucking.
I don't if it's available. Yeah, I told Taylor I wanted to stay there. She's really not into the ghost stuff. I'd
like to try it. Let's go out there and
she's
together.
She's like, she almost broke up with me when she found out like I played the Ouija board. She's like, she does not want anything to do with anything that is esoteric, I guess, or anything that's out of this world. Fucked up, but I'm all about it. I'll have a seance in room 666 if they want me to. I don't give a fuck. I ain't scared, but I definitely want to go to Hotel Cecil and check it out, and I would love to go ghost hunting.
One important thing that we might get Duncan hooked on is that it was where Richard Ramirez was staying.
Yeah.
Man, yes. So like when he was doing his stuff.
Yeah. When he was staying at the Cecil.
There's a big part in there.
He was dumping his clothes in the dumpster out back. When you get done.
Wow.
Yep.
Dump them out.
Dumping them out. There are no dump outs in this documentary, by the way.
No dump outs.
No nudity at all. No nudity at all. So that's disappointing there, Beaver, for you, bud. So
dumped out the dead bodies.
Dump them out. Did anybody else other than Snowfall, anything interesting you guys watched this week?
Not
Just
really.
Snowfall.
Not really. I've been watching a lot of baseball at night. Falling asleep. Find a game on my,
a lot of porn after the wife goes to sleep.
Yeah, just find a game on my illegal cable. I have like MLB Pass or whatever on there. So
Dunk,
find a game, watch a new star or something I haven't seen play in a while.
Dunk, is it harder to masturbate with your mother-in-law living in the house?
She don't live here. Dude.
Yeah, she's out.
Oh, you kicked her out. How sweet.
She never lived here ever.
Oh, I thought you moved her in, bub.
No, she moved into town, but she don't live in our house.
She's super close. She's over all the time. That's great, man. That's going well for you guys.
Yeah.
So, kind of lead into the show. We've got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So I was kind of flirting with several ideas for the show, as far as the name goes, and I came up with "Marry Me, Melinda Gates" because, I mean, how would it be? How awesome is it to be a female and all you got to do to be a millionaire is just divorce somebody? I mean, this chick is literally going to be one of the richest people on the planets. I mean, there's a whole conspiracy behind this too. Like people think that both Bezos' wife and Bill Gates' wife are divorcing because some stock split that's coming up, essentially, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's true or not. Apparently, there's a whole nother backstory too behind this. That like this has been brewing under the scene, or behind the scenes for a while, which is very interesting because they have a foundation together. They, it's kind of they have a lot going on. Like I know when you've got like $100 and some billion, it's surprised you got a lot going on, but. Interesting. So this chick just became one of the richest people in the world just for getting a divorce. So congratulations to her. So you have a couple options here to be a millionaire in today's world. Your first is to marry Melinda Gates after the divorce is final. The second one we're going to talk about.
Right.
The second one we're going to talk about right now. I mean, there's a few stories here. There's two stories. One is about 33-year-old Dogecoin millionaire. So this is a Redditor who became a millionaire from Dogecoin. Taking off, Duncan. This could have been you, by the way. 33-year-old invested his savings in the meme cryptocurrency with inspiration from Elon Musk. He's just changing lives out here. So he goes, I was up all night staring at my screen. This guy's name is Contesoto. Yeah. Definitely a 33-year-old millionaire with that name. Says he invested over 180,000. That's a little excessive. I went 300 and I thought that was a little much. But when it was priced at 4.5 cents, he was intrigued by Dogecoin. That's a little high. Doc, think about how rich you could have been. You got in at like what? Like not even a fraction of a penny.
Yeah, less than a penny, dude.
Just incredible.
Hundreds of dollars at less than a penny.
It says, the reason why I put my savings into Dogecoin is Elon Musk. So, like, whatever Elon says is gold, by the way. Follow his Twitter. If he says invest in dog shit, I'm going to go pick a bunch out of my yard and sell it. So,
half the shit he was doing, though, he was just, like, being stupid.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, he's probably just, well, I think a lot. Elon is the type of guy, like, he's one of these rich people, but I don't think he's part of the
Illuminati.
Not necessarily the Illuminati, but there are people that are pulling strings. I don't think he's one of those guys. I think he's kind of a fuck system type of guy.
He came out and like talked against crypto. Like he don't like the Bitcoin and all that stuff. He's kind of vocalized that.
Yeah.
And with the Dogecoin being like a joke, like crypto kind of thing, I think what he's doing is pretty much saying, look, I could do this and this joke crypto will sell this much. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that's why I tell people, because there's a lot of people kind of riding the wave. You understand, like they put a stock valuation on crypto, and it's like not just crypto in general, but Dogecoin itself is like one of the biggest companies in the world now because people have just ran on this shit. And let me tell you something, it's like a rocket. What goes up must come down. And I'm not saying this ain't eventually gonna keep expanding over time, but the wave it's on right now is gonna come back to earth. But I was just thinking, like, if I would have just kept that money in there, I could have paid off my car and my student loan. So that's on me.
One guy that owns like a third of it right now, and as soon as he sells.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, it'll lose a third of its value, essentially. Everybody loses. So, Bubba, this guy right here, he's very bullish on Dogecoin's growth. He thinks it's going to keep growing. I'm telling you, crypto is going to keep growing. It's the way of the future. But I've also read stories. This is interesting. I'm not saying it's true or not, but, interesting to take a look at it. There's a lot of people that think that crypto is a Russian conspiracy, like brought on by Vladimir Putin. This is a real thing. Like, I'm not saying the story's real, but I'm saying like people actually believe this, that it was conspired by, I mean, it could be true. We learn fucked up shit every day. Basically conspired by the Russians and Vladimir Putin to crash the dollar, which the dollar is going to crash because they just keep printing more of it. So if you want to be like this guy, Mr. Contesoto, and be a millionaire, invest in Dogecoin. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I can't believe none of us kept our money in there. Like Dunk, you invested at like 0.0001 or some shit, and I got in like right after you at like 0.0002. And I'm thinking, man, I only invested $300, but I could probably be sitting on at least 20 grand right now. I think, if you do the math right.
We would both be around 20 grand because that's about the same.
Yeah,
maybe a little more, but I thought we did good at getting out like 8 cents 2 months ago.
Yeah,
I was happy.
Sure.
Yeah, I was happy. I made $50. I was pretty happy.
Don't get all that gambling.
Would go that high because the big thing with it too, it's like it's a joke crypto. Like nobody really even owns it. It was made as a joke, and it rejuvenates. It's one of the ones like there's not like a set amount of it. Like there's always more.
Yeah.
like with Bitcoin, you know, there's only so much. That's why it's worth so much.
Yep.
And this stuff, it just fucking
right.
And with it for it to be that much money is absolutely insane, dude.
It's
Absolutely
wild,
crazy.
man.
Well, I wonder one, if they're going to put a cap on it, you know, eventually say, hey, we're not making any more of this stuff. So that'll be interesting. Two, it has no purchasing power. Like, I can't go to the gas station right now and buy.
You can go to Dallas Mavericks games with it.
Hell yeah, you can. And you can buy like Oakland A's tickets. Like,
oh, seriously?
In the last couple weeks, like
okay,
shit ton of people.
All right, so I haven't seen that. I know Bitcoin's more widely accepted, but that's cool. So, but you're going to see more of that.
Shit in Cali, you can use it. Like stuff like it's people
coming,
are starting to accept it, dude.
You're gonna see more and more of that. You're gonna see more and more of that.
You know it.
I can't remember who I explained this to the other. Was it you, Beaver? I think maybe that I explained this to. Yeah, because Beaver was just confused about like why somebody would invest in something, one that doesn't even like you can't even hold it, or you know, like there's no, you know, or the fact that it has no purchasing power. So it's basically.
I completely thought it was the most idiotic thing I've ever seen in my life.
And I tried to explain to him, and I will explain to the audience that basically people, the stock market, in a sense. I mean, in a lot of ways, because you can bet on the value of things. It's like betting, because a lot of times you own stock or you own a portion of something, but you're essentially betting against or betting with that thing to increase or decrease, essentially. And that's the thing with crypto. People are investing in crypto because they see the value of the dollar going down. They know that that is the currency of the future. So they're throwing their money at it because they know that's the future, because it's eventually going to go that direction. Even though it has no purchasing power now, by the time it does have purchasing power, it's probably going to triple, quadruple, and in price and be worth, a shit ton, essentially, especially compared to the dollar, because everything compared to the dollars now is ridiculous. Like, you have millionaires, like, this is amazing. You guys give me shit about these Funko Pops, but there's millionaires right now that are investing in Funkos, baseball, everything, like every sort of commodity collectible, because the dollar shit. I mean, they're just looking at places to throw their money because the dollar is worthless, and it just continues to be devalued. So it's going to be very interesting. Not to turn this into a complete investing show, but I have had some questions about that. So I figured out how to answer that question.
The big thing too right now, we were talking about it before the show, and this is insane. You boys, I mean, I told you about Doge. We didn't last it out, but I mean, I was before all
That's
this.
because you had all that gambling debt.
And I told you all about Doge. But the big thing now is the currency in the fake baseball, football, and basketball cards.
Yep.
NFT.
Download the NFT football, baseball, basketball card stuff, like the Topps Bunt, the NBA Dunk, or whatever it's called, and then like the NFL Blitz, I think is one. And you literally get these free coins every day. You can buy these packs with these free coins. You don't have to spend a dime, but people do spend money, like $20 a pack and shit on this app. But these cards, you literally screenshot them on your phone, put them on eBay, and they sell for ridiculous amounts of money.
For sure, man.
You can screenshot the card.
What you do is you screenshot it and you show the proof that you have it. And it goes through auction and all that stuff. And once it goes through auction, they'll message you like what their name is on there. And then you can like send it to them through the app, like the card.
This is completely absurd.
Dude, I asked Josh, dude, I was showing him a LeBron, like a gold LeBron or something like that. Like 2 days ago, sold for like $1,225.
Well, all these artists,
digital fucking basketball cards.
Anything NFT, get in on that, because there's like artists doing stuff like painting pictures and stuff, animating pictures. Bands are starting to do like album art and then animating it and only selling like, we got 10 of them. We're going to auction them off.
Yeah,
Matt's looking for an Aussie card.
The digital stuff, that digital
fucking
NFT
insane
stuff is crazy.
But it's like I've said forever, though, like these kids are finally getting older and have money that since they were little, their babysitter was a fucking iPod or an iPad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's all they know is digital. Like
but I mean, imagine being a kid, like when we were kids and trading cards and stuff, but now I can trade cards with a buddy of mine that lives in fucking California and Nevada, fucking Mexico.
I could hop on my phone at 3:30 in the a.m. and be like, I'm going to look at Josh's collection, and I can look at all the stuff that he has.
Trade cards.
And then see something I want and go, dude, I'll give you this. And send a trade to him on his phone. He'll wake up to a notification. Like, that is where we're at now in the world. And I think it's absolutely insane. absolutely insane.
Absolutely insanity. Because the difference, the difference between like, I think the biggest thing for me when I was growing up and collecting football cards, really, like the reason I knew every player in the NFL is because I would collect cards and I would literally read the backs of them. I knew where everybody went to college. I knew what their height, weight was. Like
that's on there. You hit it and it'll flip over. And like on the top, it tells you how many are in circulation, like how many there are like that exist. So that's how you know if they're rare or not. Like you could literally pull one of ones.
But it'll tell you stats, but it'll tell you like stats of a game they had yesterday even.
Yeah, it's up-to-date stats. So like the last 10 games, you can see what they've done. And shit
that's cool. I think that's cool. But the fact that people are paying money for a digital card is, whatever. If they're making money on, I get it. Like I'm not dogging people that are making money off this, but it's absolutely insane. The difference between me investing in a baseball card or me investing, or not a baseball card, but a digital baseball card, or me investing in a company online is I can go to a company's financials and I can see if this is a healthy company. I can see if this company pays dividends. I can see if this company is making money, is going to continue making money. I don't know that. Like, it's crazy.
It's nuts, dude. Like even on like MLB The Show, like baseball game, I've been playing a shit ton. Like the Diamond Dynasty thing on there is you pretty much open packs, digital packs on the game, and whatever you pull, you can put in your lineup and play against people online with like the cards that you've collected.
Beaver.
There's people in our groups, dude. I'm not even shitting you, dude, that have spent thousands of dollars on fucking packs of cards on this game.
Yeah.
Insane, dude.
It is crazy, man.
I'm still no money spent.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. But I'm gonna tell you right now,
ain't no baby.
Right now for $1,000, you can get a flight to Vegas right now for like $60. For $1,000, you could have the week of your life in Vegas. Or just anywhere right now. Like, it's just insane. It's insanity to me.
Make sure you spend your money in the right places.
Because honestly, like, granted, I'm gonna be honest. Unless you are a day trader and you're on the stock market completely, like it's hard to win in the day-to-day trading in the stock market. But me as a person who understands just financials and just the market in general, I can have long-term success in the market. Like, because I guess I understand it, and I understand like how companies make money and what's popular and what's going to be popular in 5 years, etc. But like the whole, I just don't get the trading card, like the digital insanity.
That's why I'm telling you.
My mind is blown.
Like it's one of those things. It's one of those things because it blew my mind too.
Yeah.
But like after I see like people making money and like it's gonna be around, boys. Like it might be
I'm
the
sure.
future. And I'm telling you right now, do it. Just get on there and do it. Like every day.
And you said it's free, right?
Yeah,
it's free. And just every day, like when you sit down and take a shit, dude, pull your phone out instead of going to Facebook, go to that app.
Oh, that's why I check the Twitter.
Yeah, but claim your coins or whatever. Can't claim your coins, get your free packs, maybe buy one with some coins, and just kind of fuck with it once or twice a day, and just make it a habit because you collect them and you keep them through the years. Like each year, the new set comes out. So like the rookies in this set, in 5 years, when it really, really takes off, you could be one of the first people that did it back here and have like Zion rookies and shit like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
rookies. Luka rookies are huge on there. Me and Josh were looking. That's like 3 years ago.
That's interesting. Because a lot of people think the sports card market is going to come back to earth eventually because it's exploded again. That we talked about on the show a couple weeks ago, the record.
It's still exploded.
That one will, because I think that on that one there's some other influences that can inflate values, like the card graders and stuff can keep the values inflated, and create an artificial bubble where the digital cards are a little harder because you don't have to grade them. You're not dealing with any third party people. It's just person to person. So the value is set by people to people.
It's just based solely on rarity, like how many there are.
I'm gonna get super stoned and figure out how to make my own digital cards.
The only way that it could be fucked up is if somehow they like say there's only 300 of these, and then they're actually like sending a bunch. If they get caught doing that, but I don't think they will.
They could do that.
It'd be hard to
that could be
do
the
that
same
nowadays.
with physical cards too.
Which that's why they went down to begin with,
Yeah.
and that's why they went back up is because they stopped doing it. Like
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, they would like Upper Deck was printing King Griffey Jr. rookie cards and just putting tons and tons and tons in circulation because they said pretty much they were just printing sheets of $100 bills.
Yep.
Oh,
they were worth $100. Like they would just print a sheet of them $100 bill, like printing hundreds.
Yeah. I watched that show too.
Yeah. But yeah.
absolutely
Sports cards, ladies and gentlemen.
insane.
But if
There
you
you
want to
go.
listen to me, I try to tell you about Doge. I could have made you hundreds of thousands.
You gotta listen
Now
to
I
him.
am telling you, download those sport card fucking apps on your phone and fuck with them once or twice a day. And
Whoever thought 4 drunk fucking dumbass rednecks would be giving stock advice on highly inappropriate? Beaver, you got anything to say, bud? What do you recommend?
Hey, look, Beaver's downloading it right now.
Beaver's on it, man.
Beaver, you would love the basketball, and you really would.
Yeah.
I think you would
It's
like it a lot.
It's pretty cool. I downloaded it. I like it.
We're gonna dive into a little basketball here in just a minute. I do want to cover our last way to make $1 million on the show is last year. And I first heard this story on Pat McAfee's show because he was absolutely blown away. I'm not so surprised, but I am in a way because I didn't know it was this hefty. So OnlyFans has boomed during lockdown. Surprise, all the waitresses. You know why Taco Bell cannot find any workers is because they all have an OnlyFans right now. So OnlyFans has boomed during lockdown. Users spent $2.4 billion on the adult entertainment site. That's fucking insane.
One guy?
No, in general.
Oh, that's how many people.
That's how much they made. So
somebody take Ursay's fucking computer away.
120 million people now use OnlyFans. And in this article, apparently 300 new millionaires from OnlyFans. So 300 females, probably some males too, made $1 million last year by selling their nudes or videos of them finger banging themselves or whatever you do on there, whatever you got going, make it happen.
Best OnlyFans story that's came out ever was this week too, by the way.
What's that?
The fucking kid that made an OnlyFans for his fucking stepmom. and they made $1 million.
He wants a cut of it.
And he's pissed because he's not getting a cut of it.
Shit.
Oh, he made one like for her. She wanted. Okay, that's
no. She didn't know. He just made it.
Oh, how did he get her pictures? Like
that's what I'm wondering.
He probably found them on her computer, which is absolutely brilliant. By the way, I mean, good for him, man. That's awesome.
No shame for that. No shame.
But it was also, I think I want to say it was a stepmom too, and she was like a Brazilian playmate too. Like
okay, that makes more sense.
Playmate.
So revenue.
They listen. This is funny. They were talking about it on the pod, and they were like they're like, what do you do? Like, Mom, make me some waffles, and could you dump your tits out while you do it? Like videoing on his phone.
Oh shit. Oh goddamn.
All right. So I mean, for those of you that have lived under a rock for the last two years or so, the site allows creators to sell video clips, photos, and messages directly to subscribers. It's not all porn, but it's 99% porn from what I understand. I'm not, because it's funny because this is a whole different thing. But Nick Diaz, a fighter, just put an ad on, and he's on stripsearch.com. And of course, it's like a porn site, but he's actually doing his martial arts training. So people are paying, going into what would normally be a porn site to watch cam girls, and they're paying him to just watch training. Like, and that happens like on these sites. So it's not completely porn, but it's mostly porn. You get it. So fans pay between 5% or $5 and $50 a month. OnlyFans only takes 20% cut. User numbers grew from 20 million before the pandemic to more than 120 million. So let's use I mean, that's a third of the U.S. Like if it was just U.S. users, that's a third of the countries on OnlyFans. Like.
See, this is exactly why the digital cards work because
exactly
because back in the day you used to have to go to the titty bar to see naked chicks, and now you can just sit at home and get on your phone and do it. This is why digital cards are going to work.
Dude, you could literally go.
I'm going to pull back. This is why digital cards are going to work. It's because OnlyFans.
Hell yeah, because
thank you guys so much.
You could literally go to bed tonight after listening to Highly Inappropriate and watching this live
and be a millionaire
and pull your phone out. find some OnlyFans chick and fucking slap your baloney, get done, open a couple packs of cards,
dude.
See if you can pull anything, and
No,
then
I
go
would-
buy a little Doge.
Save your money on the OnlyFans. Save your money on the OnlyFans and put it all in Dogecoin. Like
You could.
I mean, honestly, I need to tell like every female that's got an OnlyFans, you need to take that money and invest it in Doge. You just double your money over. So yeah, it says here in the article that more than 300 creators earn over $1 million. I mean, that's insane. Like $1 million for selling your own nudes, which this is going to completely revolutionize the porn industry, by the way, because you're going to see less and less bang bros, shit like that, and it's just going to be a bunch of independent workers. Like, you know, if you like fucking boob tits McGee, whatever, you subscribe to our OnlyFans, and you no longer have to, you know, get a bang bus fucking subscription.
Yeah, this is the end. This is going to hurt porn, strip clubs. I mean, it's going to.
But no, Beaver will still keep strip clubs up for sure.
That's possible, but I guarantee you right now, like
it's
you
been
can
a
go,
while.
you can get on OnlyFans right now and find a girl you went to high school with.
Oh
man.
God, like
Guarantee it.
I remember when the pandemic first started, like, and people don't know, you can go to Twitter, okay, and you can actually search for posts that are like near you in the area.
Okay.
And I remember I just searched OnlyFans, and like near me, and like just a list of fucking people came up. I was like, oh my God.
When we started to spank it.
I mean,
I wish Juice was here right now. This is like right up his alley. Why don't we have Juice here?
We don't even have to.
I honestly, and I was
our knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was like, oh my God, this is insane. Like,
like
insane.
Remember how, like, at least me, like when the internet first came out and all that stuff, like we were a little too young, you know what I mean? And like, just seeing the people that made literally billions and trillionaires off of like websites and stuff.
Right.
And we were like, man, if we would only been in our 20s during that, you know, we always say that.
Yeah.
How did your mom make your fortune? Well, she sold pictures of her tits online during the pandemic.
I'm telling you right now, boys, is that
Some more nudes.
It's like that again.
Yeah,
it's like that again right now. Like there's so much.
Oh, for sure, because the economy's changing.
Get in while it's hot.
Yep.
Right now.
And not to completely change the subject, but I mean, I'm not. This is kind of in correlation to the economy, because I also want to explain something else to people, and kind of how I know I am pretty confident this whole thing is very strategically designed. And let me just say, you're keeping people low skilled wage earners on unemployment. Wow. And you're paying them a government stimulus. I think they're setting this up for a UBI. I'm just telling you right now. Like, and there's no stopping it. I try to explain to people, like, I'm a very libertarian person, but I've had this conversation on the show. I came to the realization a couple years ago that everything I believe is there's nothing I can do about it. Like, essentially everything that I'm against is going to happen. I have to learn how to adjust. It's no longer about how am I going to make America a free country again, because those days are over. Okay. And let me explain, because the government is now paying low skilled wage earners to stay on unemployment. So places like Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's cannot staff people. So what are they going to have to do? They're either going to close their doors, or they're going to have to start automating everything. And that's what's going to happen. Like, either these stores are going to have to learn how to automate everything, or they're going to go out of business. So I think it's all strategically designed, in my opinion. Like, and people want to call me a conspiracy theorist, whatever, but I always tend to be right about this shit. So call me what you want.
I think it's gonna be pretty tight if I get to sit at home and get money and play MLB The Show and watch this all fucking day, dude.
No,
I can't.
Here's
life.
Honestly,
here's not wait.
Okay, well, here's where you adjust now, because fuck that. Because I mean, the way I see it, you're gonna be a low. I'm not average, so I have no desire to be average or be paid the same as everybody else. Like, that's my mindset. So what I would do is take every dollar the government gives me and I would invest it in what I know is going to explode. So I would invest it in Dogecoin. I would start my OnlyFans account. I would marry Mrs. Gates, you know, like that. I mean, that's how my mind works. Like, and that's literally what I did with you know, when I got my stimulus check. Well, I paid off debt and I also invested part of it because I'm smart. You know, these people, here's the thing is like, people have this mindset. The government's giving us money. They're all the old benevolent government's giving us money. But the truth is, you're just going to, most people are just going to spend that money at Best Buy and give the money right back to the man, right back to the rich people. So essentially they're getting what they want, and you're creating this wider gap. You know, everybody seems to think like the government helping you is shortening the gap and is helping the middle class. It's absolute bullshit, because it's the old saying, you give a man a fish, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And that's the same thing here. You can give people money, but at the end of the day, unless you teach them different habits, they're still going to be poor, because they're going to spend their money on big screen TVs. They're going to spend their money on bullshit. If you teach people how to invest, which no fucking public education system is going to teach us how to trick the system and learn the system and learn how to beat the system. But the truth is, you should be taking that fucking money and investing it in things that are going to hedge against inflation, like real estate, like commodities, like Dogecoin. And no, I am not a qualified investor. No, I am not. Honestly, I don't know if it's illegal for me to give investment advice. I don't know the rules, but I have to make that statement. That being said, I probably know more than most of the motherfuckers that are giving you financial advice, because I've been doing it since I was 18, you know, and like, it's what I'm about. But I'm trying to explain, you know, because you want to argue politics, Josh, you understand. Dunk, you don't give a fuck. Beaver fell asleep a half hour ago.
I just didn't know if this is highly inappropriate or Josh's like announcement that he's going to be running for office or something.
I hear what you're saying, Matt, and I get it. But me and Duncan are going to get our fish delivered, and we're going to grind these digital trading cards. Have fun fishing, and look like a homeless man.
Just deliver the fish to my front door.
Hey, Maddie, like, you know, that's what I say. Like, I mean, the people are like, the government's going to send me $1,600. I'm going to rip the check up. I'm like, one, that's fucking stupid. It's free money. I get it. I am 100% against it too.
At least put it on the Reds or something.
Yeah,
you know, at least have a little fun with it.
Yeah, be smart about
the Reds.
I'm just saying,
you could buy all 3 seasons of Snowfall with that.
You could buy every LeBron fucking trading card.
Maybe one. I don't know.
You could buy one.
You could buy one Luka. Yeah.
Can I buy a LeBron trading card and I'm gonna piss on my computer screen when I buy it?
Oh shit.
So there you go. There's your investment advice, guys. Welcome to Highly Inappropriate. We've got a few more stories to knock through before we close this bitch down. There's a lot to talk about. This is going to be a real brief story, but I just kind of want to pick your thoughts on this. So Conor McGregor, there was a story out a few years ago. We talked about it here on the show. And not to cut that story off, but if you guys are wondering why I'm so clear-headed, I'm on a weed sabbatical. I've not smoked in 8 days, by the way. So my mind is great.
Man, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, my brain is working way faster than my mouth.
I'm so proud of you for not smoking.
I know, what a champion. Yeah. So I had to clear the head. It's just, you know, like, I mean, I got to the point, and you get it. There's a lot, nothing against weed. I have nothing against weed, and I plan on smoking weed again. It's just, you know, like, you gotta, you know, like, I'm not an addict. I gotta clear my head once in a while, you know. So, you know, like, and anybody thinks that you can be addicted to weed, you're fucking insane. You're insane. You cannot be addicted to weed. It was I literally just said, okay, I'm not smoking today, and it's led to 8. So here we are. But lo and behold, Conor McGregor, we talked about this a few years ago. He punched an old guy in a pub for not trying his whiskey or saying it sucked. Well, Conor goes out and buys the pub, and he bans the old guy from the pub. I'm not a Conor McGregor fan, but I like that move. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's the American dream, and he's Irish, but you get it. You know, that's the Irish dream. You know, like, somebody fucks with you, you go buy the. I mean, a little petty, but whatever. You got $1 million, go do your thing. So I think he bought the bar for a couple million, and he banned the guy from it. So how awesome! I know a buddy who just bought a bar. He said it was the best investment he ever made. So maybe there you go. More investment advice here on Highly Inappropriate.
Worst. Don't they say buying a bar or a restaurant is like the worst thing you could do?
It would be bad.
Well, if you buy a restaurant, I've heard, or a bar or restaurant, you can plan to work 70 or 80 hours a week for sure. But like, everybody I know that owns a bar is is fucking cashing right now. Like, I mean, just in general, it's cashing. I mean,
Definitely
granted,
right now, I guess people are dying to go back out.
if you buy a hole in the wall in fucking Rushville, you're not going to be a millionaire. But I mean, if you are smart and buy a bar and that needs a little work, bar rescue type shit, yeah, it's a good investment for sure. So, which also brings me to UFC 261, which happened.
Look, real fast, I would set up a camera like Tootsie's in Nashville on OnlyFans. So you could go to our OnlyFans account on our bar name, and at all times you could go to it and see what's going on in the bar.
I think that's a pretty cool idea. You could, I mean, think about that. You could probably sell a subscription to like a strip club or something like that, something similar.
Yeah,
I bet.
And you just have a camera set up, and you could just always go and look at each stage.
How many? I want to know how many $1 million ideas.
That is a $1 million idea.
That is actually a really good idea.
How many?
Let's get juice.
First of all, how many of these porn cams has Dunk watched? Because I think don't they have like spy cameras for porn stars and shit online? I think I've heard about before. I want to say I'm thinking of like Big Brother. Or, no, because I know you can go watch.
I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of it's Big Brother. No, Big Brother, isn't it?
Yeah,
where they do like after hours.
Shit,
like shows them fucking and shit. Like, pretty much. Well, it's pretty much the house, and you can go
it's like,
from each room.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Like after all the softcore porn on Skinamax, you can catch Big Brother after dark, and you hope somebody dumps them out at 3 a.m.
I think if I ever get divorced, I'm just gonna maybe buy a house and just get a bunch of chicks that are down, like have them sign waivers, and then just set cameras up in every room, and you can buy into my OnlyFans and just go see what the chicks are doing, dude. And like every now and then, if you go to my room, I'll just be in there slacking baloney, dude. Playing video games.
The funniest part of that statement.
Yeah, the funniest part of that's Beaver's going to be the only subscriber.
No, the funniest part was the fact that Dunk said if he gets a divorce.
Yeah, if it ever happens, God bless.
Yeah, he might die before she decides to leave his ass. But
what would you? It's gonna be a win.
What would you rather do? Would you rather watch Duncan spank off from a webcam or snap your leg in a UFC fight? Did you guys watch Chris Weidman?
Easy, yeah.
I seen it. It's on a kick, dude. That's what's nuts.
I mean, it's so ironic because he literally is the guy who snapped Anderson Silva's leg, and it happens to. I mean, this is it. To my knowledge, in the UFC, this is only the 4th time this has happened, and I've watched all 4 of the fights live. Corey Hill was the first one. I think Silva was the second one. I can't remember who was the third one, but the 4th one was Weidman. So I mean, granted, you check a leg kick, it hurts like a motherfucker, but this is not like. It's not a real common injury, but to see it live, I mean, it's a gut wrenching thing. I mean, they say his bone was poking through the skin and everything. So that sucks. He's had successful surgery now. He plans to be back. So, I wouldn't say it's a huge deal now because he is, on the road to recovery. So, we're happy. We don't have to, send out all our T's and P's and all that bullshit on here, but you get it. So Weidman, we'll hope for a speedy recovery. You're going to be back in the octagon soon. But I tell you what, that was one of the most exciting fight cards I've ever seen. Jorge, whatever you want to call him, Jorge Masvidal got starched. I'd never seen that coming. Usman's a bad motherfucker. Jake Paul's calling him out now. Horrible idea. Jake Paul will get starched. Did you guys see the fight video today? Jake Paul stole Floyd Mayweather's hat. Stage like a motherfucker. I put money on that's all bullshit. I mean, who wants to watch a YouTuber fight a boring ass boxer? Like
another way to make $1 million nowadays. Just like
start a YouTube account and call out a fighter
and just set up fake boxing matches and then bet whichever way is going to win. He's betting on that shit, dude.
Oh, guarantee. Well, they're also that I can't remember the name. Thriller, I think. Thriller is the name of the promotion. They're actually sending people Instagram DMs that they suspect stream the fights illegally and requesting that they pay a fine. First off, if you're dumb enough, 1, to respond to that, 2, to pay the fine, you're just stupid. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, I mean, they can go after streamers, people that actually like download it or they actually paid for the event and then are streaming it online for other people. But to go after everybody that watched it is insanity. I mean, it's not going to happen. So if you're one of those people that gets a thriller message saying that you owe 150 grand, go ahead and delete that and tell them to fuck off. Moving right along, Rob Gronkowski sets a record-breaking catch. Pretty interesting video. They dropped a football out of a helicopter, I believe. Did you guys see this? And he caught the football.
I seen the story. I didn't watch it or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like not a big deal, but I did want to ask you guys if you can
how deep, how far up?
600 some feet. Let's look that up. I will look that up because I do in the meantime. Maybe think about this. What
now? Did they break? Remember, Peyton had one on Peyton Places where he was stoned off the top of that building.
Yeah, well, I don't think that was just like he was recreating something that happened in history. I don't think he was going for a world record. But
dude, he was 600 feet, I bet. I mean, he was like 12, 13, 14 stories up. Like
that's only about 140 feet. Think about it. Each story is about 10 feet average, 10.
Okay, I guess you're right. But it was deep, dude, and it was very hard for Chris Carter to catch it. So I don't.
Yeah, he was struggling real bad.
This might be fake. You sure this ain't fake?
No, it's real. Yeah, because it was at Arizona State. So which I believe where he went to college, and all the everybody was going fucking at University of Arizona.
Gronk went to AZ State,
of course. So
yeah, he definitely went to Arizona.
So the world record here it is. Tampa Bay Buccaneer caught an American football drop from the helicopter hovering 600 feet in the air, breaking the record for the highest altitude catch. Let me ask you guys this. What world record would you like to break if you had the ability? Mine is I would like to break the Red Bull, the guy who jumped from space. I just want to go like 2 feet higher than he did and fucking fall to the earth.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I would never do that. Remember the Robin Big episode where they were just trying to break world records
everywhere?
World records? That shit was fucking so funny.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee there's somewhere out there's something that we could break.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I guarantee it. We just got to do some digging. Beaver, that's your job this week.
Really, really think about like something that we're decent at, and then look up and see what kind.
I mean, Dunk. I mean, think about your garage needs a world record plaque. You've got Pabst Blue Ribbon, Dick. You got
Dude,
Mr.
Look up the Guinness World Record for most masturbation sessions in a day.
Elliot Beaver, 10 times. That's the most I've ever personally heard.
There's one more. There's more way. Like,
Beaver's just like, please, I don't want that world record. Please, for the love of God, somebody break it.
I can't give enough for that.
Masturbating or what?
I want the world record for the most hours spent watching snowfall.
Oh, dude, I could set that. Dude,
that is strong.
I got one. I bet it's absolutely insane. I might look it up just so I know.
What's that?
World record for longest gaming, like continuous, like playing a video game.
They probably stayed up for like 6 hours. Like you probably had to be out of
6 hours. 6 hours. 6 hours is just a normal.
No, I meant 6 days. Yeah, that's a normal Saturday for you. Yeah, like 6 days, something ridiculous. Like I'm thinking, like for me, I think how many bong rips I can take without taking a breath, like without like I mean, because people see me hit that bong and they're like, "What the hell, man?" Because I can literally do 4 or 5 rips without just in one setting, and people are like, "What the hell?" I just have a crazy lung capacity. It's not like I'm superhuman or nothing. But
all right, I got it. You ready, boys?
Go.
A Sydney-based sales manager called Oken Kada has broken the record for the longest video game marathon. This is back in 2012.
Bro.
It was Call of Duty Black Ops, 135 hours.
Damn. Yeah.
That's 5 days, but that's 6 days.
That has to have been broken. That was 2012.
No, I mean,
it has to have been.
5 days. You understand after like 3 days without sleep, you start getting delirious. Like you start seeing shit. Like if I'm driving past 3 a.m, like I've literally, Beaver, funny story. Do you remember when we drove home from St. Louis? The first time we ever went to Point Fest, and we made the really dumb fucking idea or the dumb decision to drive home that night. So we drove to St. Louis. The concert ended at 11 and we got a 5-hour drive home afterwards. I remember driving home and like, I was so delirious and so sleepy. I was seeing shit and I kept swerving at things that weren't there. Like, I mean, that's how your brain
was it
is.
St. Louis? Was it St. Louis
You
or
definitely-
was it Aussie or Tech 9?
There's no way this
In
guy
Iowa.
played for 135 hours. There's no way.
No way.
There's
I mean,
no fucking way.
I mean,
Like, this
especially
right
if
here. This is 2 days ago, and it says Quebec man breaks Guinness World Record, and his is 44 hours.
I mean, especially if you're
On a-
playing like,
that's a Twitch stream, so the longest Twitch stream. So he went live on Twitch for 44 hours straight.
I mean, especially if you're playing like NASCAR, Talladega,
crazy.
you're going to be wrecking shit. Like you're going to be seeing shit on the track. Like you're going to see cows and random animals that aren't there.
They were playing World of Warcraft, so they were playing WoW on the 44-hour one.
Wow.
Wow.
But I mean, you can kind of walk around and like
Just do nothing.
yeah, you can kind of just fuck off. But Call of Duty
Stay
for
in
that
the
long,
forest
there's
and killing
no
boars.
way that he did that.
Right.
No.
Crazy.
There's no way, dude.
That'd be- yeah.
If I'm up, like I'll get on like on a Friday night sometimes, and like say I get on and I start playing baseball and it's like 8 o'clock. When it starts hitting like 2 in the morning, like I'm going to sleep. Like,
Yep,
there's no
for
way I
sure.
can stay up.
Well, not everyone is you, Dunk. Some
Shit.
people have that
44
drive and
hours,
determination.
Damn. If
Your
I,
eyes
if I'm
would
up
be-
past 11 anymore, it's a world record.
Your eyes would be shot,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Like the screens
Some
and shit.
some have that drive and determination. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
what
they
I
got-
want to know is I want to see the video, like what behind the scenes work went into keeping this guy awake. Like how many Red Bulls did he drink? How many Hot Pockets did he eat?
That would probably be the first thing you wouldn't want to do, actually.
What, drink
You
Red Bull?
crash.
Yeah, you crash like a son of a bitch.
Beaver, let's talk about the time that I drove to Virginia after working 8 hours. I worked from 3 to 11 at the casino. After we left the casino, I went and picked up Beaver and my buddy Nick, and we didn't even leave.
Back and get some Virginia booty.
Yeah, well, I was dating the girl at the time. She lived with her mom in Virginia for a few months, and so I had to drive down to Virginia, see the girlfriend at the time. We actually made a pit stop. I went to see another friend beforehand, and we just hung out for like an hour. So we didn't really leave till midnight. And I drove 7 hours to Virginia, drank 4 Red Bulls on the way down there. And I'll never forget, the next day was her birthday, and I could not keep my eyes open. Like I'm trying to celebrate her birthday. I'm like meeting half of her family for the first time, and I just could not. Like I'm sitting there like in the corner, just like, please let me go take a nap for the love of God. But yeah, I don't recommend staying up for 5 days, Dunk. So you might want to skip out on that world record. But we do have an Ask an Idiot question this week, brought to you by Juice. He's not here. He's hopefully getting a little nookie right now. And the question is, what was your first kiss like? Beaver, you have to go last because yours is electric. Dunk, do you remember your first kiss, buddy?
Didn't Beaver kiss his cousin or something, wasn't it? We already
My
talked about
cousin.
this.
My
Yeah,
cousin, yeah.
We've definitely talked about this already.
Yeah. Dunk, what was yours?
I honestly don't remember, dude. There's so many hoes back then, dude.
The streets
So
are
many
filled,
hoes
bro.
in middle school.
So many
Streets
fucking.
is filled,
No, this is
bro.
probably elementary. I was getting
Hell
it,
yeah,
dude.
dude.
Sock hops, dude.
Dude, you was getting a fucking
Ah,
nice time
dude,
chick.
you
Nice
kidding
time
me?
chicks
Handy's
doing
at,
fucking-
Handy's at
yeah.
the lock-in.
At the
Yeah.
sock hop, I feel a little
Yeah,
poke
dude.
coming
Did any of you
through.
guys ever? I don't know why this sparked a random memory. Did you guys ever go to the Great Times lock-ins?
Nah.
all the
Oh my
time,
God,
dude. I did.
electric.
Hand jobs in the ball pit.
Hell
You
yeah.
know how it was. I
Oh,
was
that-
there.
I don't know why. I remember going to the Great Times lock-ins, and they had the arm wrest. They had this arm wrestling game, and I remember playing that thing for fucking hours. Not relevant, but I just thought about that randomly. You mentioned lock-ins were fun back as kids, man.
Matt laughed at the ball pit thing because he knows that's a real thing.
I mean-
You remember the
Yeah,
ball
handies
pit,
in the ball
dude?
pit are a real thing for
Handies
sure.
in the ball pit was a real
yeah.
thing. And I remember I was there with a buddy and like 2 chicks,
Yeah, okay.
and they
I hope your
they-
buddy wasn't one giving you a handy, but go ahead.
we did like he was with a girl and then I was with a girl and we did the go-kart thing. And everybody's go-kart shut off except mine. Like something was fucked up. And it shut off.
I
And
love
was
that
like-
shit.
And I just went, yeah, evil face, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
rammed the back of them full fucking force, dude. As fast as I could go.
You're one of those dicks.
And dude, whiplashed the chick, like she started crying and stuff. Like I thought I was gonna get kicked out.
You
but I
didn't get a
didn't.
handy from her for sure.
And he was mad. He's like, dude, what are you doing?
Dude, yeah, she can't give me a blowjob now. Her neck
he
don't
was
work.
Oh,
It fucked with
dude.
his neck too. He brings it up to this day.
I bet.
Still brings that shit up.
She still can't get blowjobs to this day.
Because we
Oh,
used to
man.
go to On Q. On Q used to be the under 18 back then. And they shut that bitch down quick. Like a bunch of people OD'd on ecstasy and died and shit. Like it was like
the Metropolis and in Cincy was. Well, I went there one time, and it was an electric place. And I'm like, I never understood like how you separate 18, 21-year-olds. Like the only thing they gave you a wristband to buy alcohol. I mean, I was when I went with Beaver. You were with us. That's the same day that I car surfed like an idiot. We had like 3 or 4 people with us that were under 21, and we were just like, I'd going up to the bar. I'm like, hey, give me 6 shots of Red Bull because I had a fucking wristband on, and I was just handing them out to all my fucking underage friends. We were all getting hammered, dancing our ass off. It was a fucking just a pit. Like I can imagine. Being granted, I think I went with somebody that I was probably interested in at the time, but I can just imagine being a single male and just cleaning house. And like you said, probably kids overdosing on God knows what. It
was X, but the one in Indy though, this was in Indy and it was only 18. Like no 21, no alcohol. It was 18 and under.
Wow.
It was like a nightclub, 18 and under. And just, I remember like the DJ was like an older dude. Like he just looking back on it.
Probably a creep.
Yeah, he's probably like, I'm gonna go DJ this party and move this X. Selling the X and shit.
Guarantee.
But it was always edited music, like it wasn't cussing. I bring that up because I remember going to the Great Times Lock-In, and they had like the little club section in there where the music was going.
Yeah,
and walking in and just fucking Thug Love, Parental Advisory, Tupac, Bone Thugs playing, like, shotgun blast going on.
Yeah,
just hood ass fucking dudes walking around, sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. That would never happen. They can't have lock.
I went back to the ball pit, dude. I got out of the club.
They no longer have lock-ins in Beach Grove. It's all lockdowns in Beach Grove.
That ain't no shit.
Josh, what was your first kiss like?
Man, to be honest, I can't remember either. I know I was young and it was probably nothing special.
I mean,
probably nothing special because you got to remember, man, these girls out in Knightstown and shit, we were getting hand jobs in 2nd grade. So. So first kiss, fuck, dude, that ain't nothing.
Yeah, I mean, when your mom's addicted to meth, you got nothing to lose in 2nd grade, So it's one. Mine's nothing special either. It was my dad's neighbor. I can't believe I remember her name. Her name was Desiree. We were like 5 or 6.
Was she like 50, dude?
Yeah, she was 50. I was 5. No, it was a neighbor's daughter.
She was definitely a stripper.
And my sister dared us to do it, and I'll never forget. I can't believe this memory. This is crazy. I just remember this chick just got done eating like a chocolate marshmallow, and this bitch still had marshmallow on her face when she kissed me, like a chocolate marshmallow all over her face.
And you tasted it? You still taste it to this day?
No, I don't. I don't think about that moment. It kind of disturbed.
Every time I eat a chocolate marshmallow, it takes me back.
I haven't had one of those. Haven't ate
licking marshmallows off marshmallows off DJ Dez's face.
Yeah, I didn't understand the marshmallows in her vagina, but that's another day. No, none of that shit happened. Beaver's first kiss. One of the best days of Beaver's life.
It was only the best day of my life because the Colts won the Super Bowl that
February
day.
7th, 2007. Beaver not only got to see his favorite football team win the Super Bowl, but we convinced my cousin Jody, I'm sure she's not proud that I'm telling this story here on the show for probably the 12th time, decided to give Beaver. We discovered that day for some reason that Beaver never had any sort of relations with a female, and we convinced my cousin to be his first kiss. And I'll never forget. Beaver was a changed man. Beaver started walking with a little bit of strut after that. Like he became a man that day. Like pimp walked. He was walking with a limp, like 50 Cent for sure. I mean, like just rolling it. So Beaver.
Did you tongue it, Beaver, or was it just a little peck or peck?
Beaver tried to sneak in a little tongue, and I think Jody about smacked him in the face.
Dude.
Little sloppy tonguey on there.
Well, Beaver about fanning. Poor dude about fell over.
Beaver slipping that tonguey, dude.
That poor girl getting fucking tongued by that fucking retarded Amish motherfucker. Jeez.
Oh
yeah,
my!
Dude, I didn't realize you had the Amish fucking cut back in the day,
dude. Fucking inbred Amish motherfucker, dude.
I don't think I had the beard quite like I do now, though.
No, you didn't have a beard at all. You looked looking back at that photo of you at Beer Olympics. I can't believe that you used to look like that. Like. To me, you almost look like you're a kid there.
I thought he was on like fucking Ramadan or whatever it's called, dude.
Rumspringer. Yeah, Beaver got to come to Beer Olympics because he was on Rumspringer that weekend.
He was on Rumspringer, dude. The Colts won the fucking Super Bowl, and he started fucking Matt's cousin, dude.
I will say, Beaver did a fantastic Beaver mimicked Bruce Buffer. He was like watching Bruce Buffer videos on YouTube all week and mimicked Bruce Buffer almost to the T. He did a great
I
job.
tried to do videos between events.
Yeah.
Or like interviews. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Interviews.
He
That's
killed
awesome.
it, man.
Yeah,
He killed it. So, of course, every week on Highly Inappropriate, we end the show with a very special segment. We've literally been doing it since episode 1, and we're going to continue this shit.
Hey, real fast.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't get your guys' answer. Is the Kool-Aid man the jar, or is the Kool-Aid man the Kool-Aid?
I think he's gotta
Whatever
be
you
wrong.
want him to be.
Man, I think he's the jar, and I even reached out to the Kool-Aid man on Twitter, and he didn't fucking answer. I tried.
You asked him?
I asked him, and he didn't fucking answer me.
What
an
a fucking
asshole.
dick,
Yeah,
dude.
so I don't give a fuck what he is. I'm gonna fucking make that Kool-Aid leak if I ever see him.
I think he's the man. I think he's the jar, but the more I think about it, he is the Kool-Aid man. Like, I don't know. That was a tough one, dude, boys. That's been fucking with me for
It
like a
is
week.
tough, man.
Yeah, I've been thinking
It is
about that
tough.
one quite a bit.
I'm pretty sure it's a jar.
Because
Yeah.
technically, we're just the fucking brain, right? Like the rest of it's just the brain operating everything.
So, like Juice said, the jar is the Kool-Aid man, and then the Kool-Aid is his blood.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like, I mean, that makes.
What if it's a semen?
It's true, but if you don't have the Kool-Aid in the jar, you don't have the Kool-Aid. Maybe it's just both. He's both.
It's all like I'm saying, like us, man.
We're all really
blood and
just one.
skin and
One
Yeah,
giant
just
entity.
one. Yeah, just one
Just-
giant.
We're all
yeah.
one giant entity.
I'm
Crazy,
one with
man.
Doug.
That's a crazy question.
I'm one with Snowfall.
All right, every week on Highly Inappropriate, we end the show with a segment called A Florida Man. We go straight to Google, we type in a Florida man, and whatever comes up, comes up. And we talk about it. It's always electric because there's so much drugs in Florida, so many old rednecks, crazy fucking people. And this week on a Florida man flew to Portland just to break into women's cars at daycares, parks, and gyms to steal their IDs. What kind of drugs are they doing in Florida? Because
In Portland, that's like a fucking 20-hour flight, dude.
yeah, this makes no goddamn sense. He must have been on meth.
Dude, that's literally like corner to corner, right?
Yeah.
Literally
that's
corner.
a fucking haul right there.
Hey, Florida, maybe that was his strategy. He thought, going to the other side of the globe, he would
Far
fucking
away.
get away with it.
Go as far away as I can.
You dumbass. A Florida man that's alleged accomplices traveled to Portland with sole purpose of breaking into women's cars, typically by cruising parks, daycares, and gyms. I mean, that's strategic. I guess that's where a bunch of soccer moms hang out to steal their purses, wallets, and identification. Then recruited locals to cash almost $100,000 in forged checks at banks around town. I mean, this is big time criminals here.
Okay.
Damian Fletcher, 27, and his alleged cohort found women with drug addictions. So
that's
he's
why I went
targeting
to Portland. That's
There
why I went to
you
Portland.
go.
drug
Right, it's
addicted
starting to make
women
sense
at
now.
daycares. This is great. So drug addicted moms from daycares.
A lot of heroin over there. Yep. A lot of
Yeah.
grunge music, a lot of suicides, probably. Yeah.
So Fletcher and his conspirators would use the outermost lane of the of a bank drive-up window, so it would be harder for a bank teller to compare a stolen driver's license photo to the impersonator. So these guys are professionals, man. I'm kind of impressed. Like, they did a lot of thought into this. Like, I will tell you what, I never strive to be like a super criminal, but I will tell you, like, most felons are brilliant people. Like, I mean, there's a lot of, like, what was that documentary on Netflix about that
Tiger King.
not Tiger King. I mean, we can get into that too, but about the woman who strapped the bomb to the guy's neck, the pizza man's
Oh, dude, fuck that bitch. I know
Evil
what you're
Genius.
talking about.
Evil
Yeah.
Genius was the name. And like, I'm just like blown away about like how just like if these people would take their brilliance and use it for something good, they would have $320,000 in Dogecoin right now. I'm like,
Dude, every time that I've went to jail, I've left jail thinking like the genius stuff that they do. in there.
Yeah.
oh,
Like they blew my mind. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean-
insane, dude. Wrapping toilet paper in tongue rings and put it in the microwave so it lights a fire, and then smoking their skull Bible wrap joints. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
fucking
Wild, dude.
insane. I can't believe how easy it is to get drugs in prison too. Like, to me, that blows my mind too.
Well, that's the prison guards. Mostly.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but that's a whole nother government bullshit thing I won't get into today. But yeah, so hats off to Mr. Fletcher. He broke into at least 32 cars in the Portland area, stole $98,000 after cashing 22 checks at 5 banks. The banks were able to stop payment on some of the checks, but ultimately $57,000 came out. A group tried to cash in another $120,000 in checks, but were rejected. Fletcher and his co-conspirators were in some instances bold enough and uncaring enough to prey on women who left their cars for only a few minutes to walk their children to daycare. So these are professional fucking criminals. Florida, keep doing your drugs and keep producing content because this is absolute gold. Guys, like always.
Real fast, speaking about the prison stuff, you see the chick that snuck the gun into prison in her vagina?
Was that recently?
Not a surprise.
Yeah, it's like the last couple of
Was
weeks.
it Newcastle?
But yeah.
And it's right there in Carthage, Indiana.
Sounds like Newcastle.
For real, you imagine sneaking a gun in your
You got to
vagina.
have that hokey pokey pussy. You know what the hokey pokey pussy is?
That's a big vagina.
Stick your foot in, pull your foot out.
You know, it's you put your whole foot in, shake it all around.
No shit. Whew.
Got the hokey pokey pussy. Yeah. You put a whole gun in there. Shit.
Big motherfucker.
That's
That's fucking big motherfucker.
what's even crazier. It was a shotgun.
It was. She put a whole grenade launcher. She put a whole grenade launcher in her vagina.
50 cal, boy.
Wow. Wow.
Had it in her cell.
It was a 72-inch, 50 cal. The woman was only 5'3". We've yet to figure it out as a miracle of modern science.
Absolutely insane, dude.
Thank you guys so much for listening to Highly Inappropriate. We appreciate it like always. We will be back. I may have an obligation next Thursday, so we may be back in 2 weeks. If not, we might reschedule or do something next week. We'll stay tuned on Facebook. Like us on Facebook at HI Entertainment or at Highly Inappropriate Entertainment. On Twitter and the Instagram / Highly Inappropriate Podcast. All your favorite podcasting apps. Make sure you subscribe, rate, review, all that fun stuff. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the bell. That way you're notified every time we upload a video. Not only is this show being uploaded, but I'm going to finish my Florida video hopefully tonight or tomorrow. So I'll have another travel video up there. People seem to like those as well. So check that shit out. And thank you guys so much for listening. Good talking to you fuckers. I missed you.
Good to see you, Beaver.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, Beaver.
Glad to be here.